Everybody for this problem session. So this is a question again from this year's paper 1 of JEE Advanced Physics exam, and this question is actually quite simple, and it's more like a simple math problem, but let's see how it goes. So it's a kind of wrapped up with little physics concepts. So here is a person wants to weigh uh, wants to this looks okay, do this 3 points okay. So this person wants to weigh something in an elevator. So here is a scale, and he's gonna weigh on that scale, some indicator on the scale, and he's gonna put a block on it, and that's this mass is 50 kilogram. So I suppose this whole elevator is going up or down, I think is, so let's see, from, if you look at everything has the same position, let's call this the position y, and this is y equal to 0, and this is yft for this block. Let's call the center mass of the block, okay? And is so because the elevator is same position, but you know, elevator's position and this position we can just assume one because they are all moving together. And so this y of t, although this is elevator given problem, but I can say this is the same will be for this guy. So if you say this was the elevator, then you just have to add a little d, little h on that, but that will be constant, so it's not gonna matter. Because this is the position of this center mass of the block. That's where a little physics thing comes in, right? So this is 8 times 1 plus sine 2 pi t over t. So basically elevator is going in a sinusoidal fashion with a period t. Okay, so like it's going up and down with this period t. And so what you will notice here is this guy changes value. What this scale's value will change, and that's where the physics part comes in. How do you analyze this? All right, so what scale reads the force on the scale, right? But then there's a on the block there's a equal force over there, and so the scale reads this reaction force normal. So this is the reading in the scale. Okay, so if I write it over here, this is the block, you have a normal force excuse me, and then its mg is that way, and if its position is moving this y of t, this moving up and down according to this, so you will say that this will means we have a dy dt. It will give you a y velocity. If I take another derivatives, d square y dt square, it's going to be the acceleration of this thing. So the equation of motion, so from this will at any time we'll get this, and this thing n will change with according to that. So, and this is the y axis that way, so write fy net equals to m a y. This equation, if you write it, so then you get a n minus mg will be if you take a two derivatives of that, there's going to be m times -1 2 pi over t capital T square sine 2 pi t over t. So you we want to know n max minus n mean. This depends on time. So when this is 1, then you'll have this negative value. When this is -1, this is going to be a positive value. So from there the difference will be n max minus n mean, right? So this is this. That's what we want in this problem. So let's write down n. So n equals to m g minus 2 pi over t square sine 2 pi t over t. So if I say what is the n max, is when this guy is -1, so this will be mg plus 2 pi over t square. What will be n min will be mg minus 2 pi over t square. So see that mg is not changing, so if I take a subtraction of this guy, g cancels out. So delta n from is simply 2 times m times 2 pi over t square. Now t is given as 40 pi, so this is 40 pi, so you can say this cancels out, this is 20, and m is given as 50, so did we do it right? Okay, so yep, then I think somewhere there's a mistake. This is 8. I have 8 missing here. Yep. So there is a 8 missing here. Factor of 8 that comes here. Factor of 8 missing. Factor of 8 missing. Factor 8 missing. And for 8 missing. So that times 8, and this, so 2 times 50 times 8, and this is 1 over 400. So this is 100, that kills it, and this kills, that gives me 2, so equals to 2. So that's the answer here, equals to 2. So it isn't that hard actually. Rather than do all this algebra, say you wrote this guy down. From there, I hope if you didn't make that mistake, you'd come down here directly, and delta n you can write down directly, you don't have to worry about it. So delta n will be so hit delta, change anything. This is not anything not changing with time, you just make it 0, and this will be minus 8m 2 pi over t square delta of sine 2 pi over t over t. So this thing, you know, sine goes from what will the change over a full period. This will give you either give you a -2 or give you +2. Okay, because it goes from so you want to make it really positive everything, then we just use it as a 2, and once you work this out, 8m 8 times 50, and this is 1 over 20, so this kills it, and so it just comes from there, it just equals to 2. So you can do it pretty fast like that. All this extra thing I showed you just as a pedagogical thing, but it's not necessary. What could be a little confusing for people is like, okay, this thing is given as for elevator, so it's supposed to be given for the elevator. How do I get the center of mass? Well, we just add an h. So at center of mass will be you can add an h plus to that, and when you take this this h plus 8 disappears, h plus 8 goes away, no h here either, so the whole calculation will just go through. So that's why you really don't need to put how much above the floor of the elevator that the center mass of the block is, because for the equation of motion of the block you need the center of mass. So this Fibonacci diagram is through the center of mass. So if you're thinking that way, and you might get confused over here, but you really don't need to, because it doesn't really make a difference in the end. Okay, hope this was helpful. So I'm gonna stop the video now, and I'll post it later today. Okay, bye.